All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is January 22nd, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Let's take a look at some charts. 10-minute SPY. Got a 10-minute downtrend. Just now crossed VWAP right there. I don't know if that's going to hold. Lately, price has been gapping up, holding, and bullying. Gapping up, holding, and bullying. So we are into resistance here. All right, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. All right, and then I'm going to pan out so you can see the resistance. So here's the all-time high right there. And then we've got two lower peaks, and I strung those together with a downtrend line. And here's price that gapped up through it and has bullied right through here. All right, so that's what we got on the 3-bar chart. So we're up over that downtrend line. Now, price could, just like T2123, this could be rubber band and pulled right back down through. We'll see what happens. Right now, on the 2-hour chart, still have a 2-hour uptrend. On the daily chart, we made a higher high, so we are in a daily uptrend. As candles go, for this candle, that's not a real bullish candle. Notice there's more wick than body and tail, kind of signaling a possible pullback to the downtrend line. All right, notice more wick than body and tail. Okay, had there been more body and tail than wick, then we would say, oh, buyers are definitely dominating that candle. But we have more wick than body and tail. Now, we did gap up, all right? But for the most part, that candle right there was pretty much mostly dominated by bears at the end of the day. Now, we've got price, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over a curling 17 EMA. So there's SPY on the daily chart, okay? It's kind of hot, all right? It's been rallying up straight for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days straight. Kind of needs to cool off. If it could hold up here, that would be a very bullish sign up over this peak, and hopefully this peak right here. All right, we'll see what it wants to do, all right? But this is SPY in a daily uptrend and ever so close to, look at that, attacking the all-time highs. Notice everything above that wick for today's candle is nothing but prior wicks. Okay, so you can come over here. You've got a wick here, all right, on this candle. A wick there on the all-time high, and a wick there on the day prior to the all-time high. Okay, so nothing but sellers. So we've hit a blockade of sellers right here at the 107.91 area. All right, now I don't know how long they're going to hang out there, but if we do consolidate right underneath them, there's a good sign, or possibly even pull back and J-hook off the backside of this downtrend line. We'll see what happens, all right? Right now, this is a bullish environment. The candle says sellers were operating up there, okay? Notice this candle's a doji as well. We managed to jump through that, all right? And notice this is a nice green candle, and we jumped through this. So we'll see what happens, all right? That's a bullish environment up there. Again, price moved up. Bears failed to fill the gap. All right? That's a bullish sign. Bears failing to fill the gap. For the game plan today, okay, let's take a look at the game plan. The game plan was a green candle over 603.60 on a 10-minute uptrend. Let's zoom in. Here we got the bullish engulfing, okay? Remember, like I say, when price, okay, let's take price. I get my markers out here. Okay, price goes down. That would be the red candle. All right. And then comes back. All right. That's neutral. If we go further, all right, that's bullish. There was the buy-in candle right there. Green erases red right over the top of this red candle. All right, and you could have stayed with that. Put your stop 20 cents below the low of day. All right, and just followed this up with moving your stop up every time we had a little pullback. So then you'd move your stop up there, and then price goes up, and you move your stop right there. Okay, you break the below that, and then you probably want to kill the trade. But all in all, not a bad trade from 606, right over here, 606, clear up to, let's call it 607.50. All right, so $1.50. All right, didn't get much follow through. We ran into a brick wall of sellers up there. But the game plan performed again today, okay? The game plan performed yesterday. The game plan performed on open house day, okay? The game plan works, all right? Just need to know what to buy, when and where, what you're looking for. We gapped up. Notice the bears didn't fill the gap today. It's a huge bullish sign. Price action up over VWAP, meaning buyers, all right, are willing to pay more than the average price for the security or the ETF or the ETN, whatever it is, okay? Indicating, and we saw price kind of run away from VWAP for a little while. Not all day. For the most part, after it hit that brick wall of sellers from prior price action over to the left, okay? We kind of just went flat and hung out on top of VWAP. All right, and then we got a little fading down at the end of the day right there. All right, so it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so let me clear that off. All right, so we have a 2-hour uptrend, a 10-minute downtrend, a daily uptrend, a weekly uptrend, and a monthly uptrend, okay, on SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. I'm going to hit another chart, hit another drawing board. Take a look at QQQ. We'll hit the QQQ game plan, and you'll see green candle right here, jumping up over 10-minute uptrend. Here's the next green candle. You could have bought this one, or you could have bought this one just before it closed. Notice more body and tail than there is wick, indicating you could have bought this. This, big tail and a whole lot of body, no wick. Either one of these you could have bought and traded it up to this area right up here. Okay, so right up to there. Okay, then you got the bearish engulfing, and it's time to get out. Now, this morning I was talking about how we are into resistance, okay, on SPY. I was pointing out that, hey guys, notice over here on the SPY, pull up my chart and see if I can find the right one, not that one. Where did it go? Why does it do this to me? All right, there it is, right there, okay? I said notice we've already hit the breakdown candle high. We're right up into this resistance where price went up there and got shot down once or twice before. Okay, so I said there's a good chance if you get some runs, be prepared to take your profits or tighten up your stops so you're not going to lose any money on it. Only because we're operating in an area where sellers have operated before. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I said this morning. I don't want you to lose money, okay? But I don't want you to miss out on the trade either. So we had a nice 10-minute uptrend. As you can see, it took off from the prior day's 10-minute uptrend, a continuation of trend right there. Now we got a downtrend. All right, let's take a look at a few other indexes. Let's wrap this thing up. Okay, so IWM. Pick it up on the daily chart. Okay, IWM. So let's move this up to here. Okay, that's where it belongs. Okay, IWM for today closed just like yesterday over the all-time high anchored VWAP. IWM broke this high, so it's in an uptrend. IWM, there's a high, made an uptrend right there. Okay, so IWM in an uptrend as of yesterday. Okay, and QQQ, I said QQQ, also in an uptrend today, not yesterday. Today got uptrend status, took out this high. Okay, IWM, all right, closing up over all-time high anchored VWAP. I think that's all-time high, is that? Just want to make sure. No, we have an all-time high right here on 2022. Let's see what we got there. High, 242.53. High, 244. So that's the all-time high. Okay, so all-time high right there. Closing up over that all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Higher low, higher high. Okay, today's price action's an inside day. Lower high, higher low, closing over the bullish trap over the curling 17 EMA. There's IWM. Diamond Dow, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. And Diamond Dow, let's move this up here where it belongs, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, so looks like Diamond Dow's over the all-time high anchored VWAP. SPY's up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. QQQ is up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, last one, FNGU is up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Right there, okay? Up in quadrant 4. So I think all of those are in quadrant 4, all right? Pretty sure they are. Okay, FNGU, QQQ. Yeah, quadrant 4. See it up here? Here's the dash. All right, IWM. IWM is not. Okay, IWM not in quadrant 4. Not even in the upper third. Diamond Dow. Yeah, Diamond Dow's in the upper quadrant there. So all bullish except for IWM, kind of neutral bullish. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. Probably hung out in the overbought zone all day. Nope, we meandered down into the buy zone, all right, and hung out there all day. Okay, so that's a good place to be. Anytime you're on the other side of the 50-yard line and you're a bull, this is a good place to be up here in these two. All right, it could go back up there into the overbought tomorrow. I don't think so. I think it just comes back here, makes a higher low, and probably winds up going back up there. We'll see what happens. T21.22. T21.23. What did I say? Good chance we're coming all the way back up here to this prior all-time high. Okay, so what did we do? We gapped, bullish gap. Notice the bears didn't fill the gap, so weakness on the bears' part. When we start seeing them fill gaps, all right, that will be an indication that they're operating in that area. Okay, weakness on the bears' part, okay. We had a bullish gap, and we stayed up here, all-time high anchored VWAP, price action closing, 15-minute chart, over a curling 200 SMA right there. What would I like to see? Price action consolidate over this, creating that inverse head and shoulders, and maybe we can get a right arm that extends up where the left arm left off up here. Okay, it's a big ask. It'll take some time. All right, like to see that week or so of consolidation up over the curling 200, up over the prior all-time high right here. Okay, that's a prior all-time high, not the all-time high. The all-time high's right up here somewhere. All right, T2123 3 bar. It's going to be kind of a similar story. Okay, we went from green to red. Okay, got underneath a flat 200, came into a prior all-time high, and kind of bounced around like a ping pong ball, kind of just losing its bounce, and then fell through to the next all-time high, and then we got a rubber band situation, all right, where we get a kind of a slinky effect, and price comes back up to the other prior all-time high, okay? Price action went from green to red, melting through, all right, hit the other all-time high, the slinky takes over, and then all of a sudden now we're green again, all right? I don't know how long. It's possible we may go green, red in a wavy pattern consolidating, for a couple weeks before we even think about attacking this flat 200 up here on the 3-bar chart. Let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU, huge gap up, all right? So I don't know if you watched the inauguration, a lot of the big cap CEOs or owners or founders were all there, all invited to the stage for Trump to get inaugurated. Huge. These are the big cap boys right here. This FNGU, huge rally, big gap up, holding the higher ground up here over the downtrend line. Look at that. Okay, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so I don't know what he said to them or whispered in their ear, but they're back to buying their own stock or something. But there's a huge rally there. There seems to be a liking to some of the potential future policies. We'll see, all right? Right now, we got bullish. We're up. We're holding the higher ground. That's a huge gap. I don't know how long we can keep that open, but that's a huge gap up there, right there. I think that kind of needs to cool off for a couple days. So there's FNGU. Let's take a look at XLE. FNGU and XLE over here. All right, let's go to XLE. Okay, getting cool. Okay, here's the cooling off. Price action for energy sector, lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over rising 17 right there, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Got 5 days up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's a good sign. Not in the upper third though, all right? Notice we're closing down here, not in the upper third. Would have been nice to just kind of neutral here, maybe neutral bullish, all right, for XLE. Got a lower high. All right, like to see price come back here, print out a higher low, and then rip back up. J-hook off of some support. I don't know where they're going to find it. Maybe off the midpoint here. Maybe some J-hook off of there, come back up here and consolidate and hopefully break through and make a higher high. So there's XLE. All right, XLE is still in a downtrend. Even though it's not moving down, all right, this is a downtrend here. We broke these lows, okay? It's having a pullback in the downtrend, all right? Had they broken these highs, they would have negated the downtrend and converted the uptrend. Remember, it's just a label, all right? So the big thing is what direction is it moving, all right? It's moving up right now, okay? So that's the daily chart, okay? Closing up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's huge. Closing up over the midpoint, that's huge. Be nice if it closed in the upper third or up in quadrant 4. But all in all, that's a really nice recovery for XLE. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG also in an uptrend. Higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA up here in the neutral bullish area right here. Okay, UNG, neutral bullish. If they'd have got up here into the upper third or the upper quadrant, we could have called them bullish Right now, they're in an uptrend. They're moving up. They're making higher lows and higher highs. Nice candle. Nice bullish engulfing candle today. Let's take a look at USO. Okay, still didn't hit my buy box, though. USO, lower high, lower low, closing underneath bearish cross. Okay, over the rising 17 EMA. Okay, USO up in quadrant 4. That's bullish right there. I don't know where the all-time high anchored VWAP is. Let's try to put one on there. Let's just use this. I don't know if that's where it is. Yeah, I don't think so. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, we're just going to use this one. That's the most recent high right there. Okay, so up over a recent high right there. So there's USO. Bullish. Back up here at these peaks. Hopefully, it can find some support here at the midpoint. Or maybe along these 3 peaks right here. We'll see. It's experiencing a little pullback right now. Kind of a cooling off. And it's well overdue. Okay, they had a really nice run with a big candle at the end of the move. All right, so there's your clue again. Big candle, end of the move. All right, so there's USO. SLV, silver, in an uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs. Price action for today, outside day. Higher high, lower low, closing over. Bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Underneath that 12-year high anchored VWAP. Closing on the bullish side of the 50-yard line right here. That's looking good. Still just neutral on silver, okay? They're not doing anything that's outstanding, all right? So I'm just neutral, right? If they got up here and they start closing 5 days over the all-time high, over the 12-year high anchored VWAP, okay, I'd say, hey, we got something going on, but just neutral right through here. They're not doing anything that's all that spectacular. If you look at this price action, that's a bear flag that turned into basically another bear flag, okay? All in all, that's what that did. Bear flag that turned into another bear flag. Okay, they're just in an uptrend right now, and they're over the 50-yard line. So nothing really spectacular, so I'm just neutral. All right, that's silver. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, ripping up over these peaks right here. Like to see it hold the higher ground for once. Notice every time they come up here, they give it up. All right? Okay, need them to hold the higher ground. All right? So hold that higher ground so we can present a nice challenge to this all-time high right here. This is bullish up in quadrant 4 over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, that is a bull flag moving up and over to the right. Okay, so getting that breakout right now. Long overdue. It's a 4-month hold in that bull flag. Let's take a look at XLK. Technology sector. Again, another bull flag, another 4-month hold up here in quadrant 4. Price action is now in an uptrend. Okay, because they took out this high. All right, they're closed. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. I don't know. I think they might have made a new all-time high. I got to look. All right, let's take a look. High, 241.88. High, 241.95. So new all-time high on the technology sector today. Okay, how about that for a surprise? Okay, new all-time high on the technology sector. And let me just see SMH. Hey, SMH's not far behind. Keep an eye on Intel. All right, let's take a look at XLI. XLI, still in a downtrend, but having a pullback. All right, so XLI still in a downtrend, just having a pullback, just not moving down. It's having a pullback here. Nice thing about XLI, it's up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. It's up here in quadrant 4. Price action for today. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the bullish trap. Over this curling 17 EMA there. So up here in quadrant 4. Again, like to see them hold up here like for more than 5 days. Don't just go up and give it up. All right. Problem is, in order to negate the downtrend, they either got to take out the high, create a lower high, and then J-hook off a support and take out the high, all right, the lower high. All right, so XLI still in a downtrend. It's just a label, all right, but we're up in quadrant 4 and moving up. That's bullish. Okay, let's take a look at XLU. XLU in an uptrend. Here's a peak. They took out the high of that peak. That put them in an uptrend. Price action for today. Lower high, lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA or the curling 17, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Not closing in the upper third though, okay? Yesterday we closed in the upper third, so notice going up, giving it up, presenting a new, well, I'll call it a higher high, because here's a high and they made a higher high. Okay, so presenting a new higher high. Like to see a higher low, and then come back up here and hold. All right, back up here in the upper third or up in a quadrant 4 and hold that area. Let's take a look at XRT. Here's the retail sector. Retail sector is lower high, lower low, closing over a bullish trap under the falling 17, but above the uptrend line. Okay, they never took out this low. All right, so they never got themselves into a downtrend. Well, let me just say they haven't been moving up in a long time. All right, so here's XRT trying to hold on to this uptrend line. I'm probably sure I could move this out to here. All right, or I could move it back, either way. All right, still up over the midpoint. That's bullish. Still up over 3-year high anchored VWAP right there. 3-year high. Got 1, 2, 3 years. 3-year high anchored VWAP up over it. Bull flag right through here. Okay. Notice they went up and they gave it up. So just neutral. All right. They went up. They had a breakout of the bull flag. Went up and gave it up. Okay, so maybe next time they go up, they can hold up here. Now they were holding quite a bit. Looked like about 10 days, but they gave it up. All right, they couldn't hold on to it. All right, so there's XRTs, our retail sector. Again, this is very sloppy consolidation over sloppy consolidation. So again, the most recent consolidation over prior consolidation, so that's bullish, all right, but just neutral because we're up over the midpoint here. Okay, let's take a look at the last one, IYT. Here's our transports. All right, price action for today. All right, this is yesterday's candle. They got it right. Okay, they finally fixed it. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the all-time high anchored VWAP, over the 17 EMA, price action up in quadrant 4. That's bullish up there. They're in an uptrend. They took out this high, so they're in an uptrend, and they're bullish back up here in quadrant 4. We like that, all right? Anytime the transports are bullish, all right, that means that products getting restocked on the shelves, products getting sold off the shelves. All right, products getting moved around the country to restock stores. All right, so that's a good sign. That's a sign of a booming economy or a economy that's doing well. All right, so that's it for me for today. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, 8 o'clock. All right, really light week as far as economic data goes. You have to watch the earnings. But all in all, should be some more bullish action tomorrow. We'll see. We're in the midst of kind of looking like it might pull back according to that daily candle. Got more wick than we do body and tail. All right, so see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And Robert says, NBIS, my thoughts on NBIS. NBIS. It's a new one. On the daily, it's made a higher low. It's making a higher high. That's bullish. I like it as long as it continues with that. It's not like really outlandish big candles. which tends to happen with these IPOs, is they get really reckless with the price action. This one looks like it was fairly priced because there's no like reckless. Usually they're way up here and then they fall down and they never get back up there for, I don't know, sometimes 50 years. All right, so here's NBIS making a higher high right there. All right, and making a new all-time high. So I like that. Watch this for the birthday trade, Robert. All right, anytime you get some consolidation, you see a breakout, look for it to bounce back onto the base. If that base holds, twice as high. All right, so watch this one. This is bullish. I like this. Nice find. All right, NBIS. Like that one. Okay? You heard me, right? You're welcome. All right, guys, tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. All right? Let me get everything all rendered, all right, and posted up. So we have something for orientation for the new people, all right? I got to go back and listen to it, all right? I don't know how it sounds, all right? So I got to make sure it's good. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8. Chandru, I'm going to see you tonight at 5 p.m. I'm going to call you on Skype, all right? So, okay, everybody, have a great evening. Thank you.